Welcome to Nissan Speedrun. Speedrun event, I should say. I am Humbugh, and I'm gonna do a 100% run of A Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo. I am joined on comms by the one and only Eriror. Hello, Eri. How you doing?
Yo, I'm doing great. As always, excited to watch some great Link to the Past.
Heck yeah.
Thanks so much for having me on, and...
Anytime.
Yeah. Should we clarify what 100% actually entails in this category?
We probably should. So we do not need to do literally everything. We don't need to open every chest and whatnot. We need to get every inventory item, sort of, and all of the heart containers and heart pieces. We necessarily don't need a full menu when we end, because we don't need bombs technically when we end, but I will probably have a spare 2 or 3 maybe. But that doesn't matter. The rest, I need to gather them all.
Yeah, it's a nice little collection sequence. In essence, it's still pretty similar to any percent run, just with, yeah, a lot of additional items, lots of overworld traversal, very cool extra rooms, some really nice strats that we'll see along the way, and yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of RNG. We'll get to that.
You don't say that. This will also be in the NMG glitch category, so no major glitches. Meaning, I will be able to do the glitches that you would see in a normal NMG any percent run, but nothing egregious.
Yeah. It is basically the rando rule set for anyone who knows Link to the Past.
Yes.
Rando, minus Icebreaker and Diver Down. But no out of bounds, no clipping, no wrong warps. It's still a lot of natural gameplay, I guess. A very fast casual playthrough.
It's gonna be like playing the game for real, sort of.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready. You mind counting me down, Eri?
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, lift off.
Lift off. Oh baby, I'm an airplane. Okay. So we start off with the quote unquote normal escape sequence where we have to rescue Zelda from her cell and drag her through the castle, or maybe she drags us, who knows.
Yeah, it's very similar to the normal sequence, I guess. We're gonna be skipping a couple chests. We're not gonna grab this chest. We're not gonna grab the boomerang just yet. That's gonna be one of the major differences from the normal routes that we're used to. We delay the boomerang because not having the boomerang allows the upgraded version of the boomerang to appear in Village of Outcast later.
If we don't do that, we have to go to the waterfall and do a bunch of stuff there, and that's just too slow. Yeah,
and especially in this version, in the vanilla version of the game, there's just a lot of text involved with that, long cutscenes. It's not just a chest where you can grab the boomerang instead, so... Yeah, other than that, escape is pretty bread and butter, just lots of reacting to RNG, lots of just clean movement, trying to avoid enemies. Every slash costs frames, every time you get hit obviously costs time.
And health.
And health, yeah. Luckily, in Hundo, we need to grab Sankard anyway, so we're gonna get a refill at the end of this dungeon.
Oh. Good RNG to start.
Yes.
That's the only RNG of the run, whether those guards get in my way or not. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what I'm talking about. And since this is the start of the final day of the event, can we just get a huge shout out to Nissan for putting this up? This has been so fun to just pop in here every once in a while when you have time during this weekend. To just see the event going on and everyone just having so much fun. It's been great. So, huge thank you to Nissan for hosting this.
Yeah, like you were saying during my run on Friday, like now we clap. Now we clap for Nissan. So
Indeed, very well put, Eric. Very well put.
everybody do some clapping.
Clap for Nissan.
So, in the meantime, Humbugh successfully skipped the boomerang, so we don't need to reset.
We don't need to reset.
Yeah, the estimate for this run is put at 2 hours. This is just in case of major RNG disasters.
Major RNG disasters. Hopefully, it will be faster than that.
Yeah. Yeah, a solid run for Humbugh would be around 145. So we do have a little bit of leeway. So even if he did grab the boomerang, we could have just reset and then still make it under estimate.
Yeah.
But luckily, we don't need to do this.
We don't.
So we rescued the princess, or we are currently rescuing the princess. We also grabbed the lamp right there.
Yeah.
It's the fastest location that we can grab the lamp. It's kind of interesting that in this game, there's actually 3 locations where you can grab the lamp at the start of the game. One is in Link's house, one is like next to the uncle, and one is right there next to Zelda, which is the last chance to really grab it. Without it, you can't move the ornaments in the back of the throne room.
Oh, it doesn't even move if you don't have the lamp?
Yeah, it doesn't even move.
Really? I did not
Yeah.
know that. Okay. Okay, that's cool. I just figured it's just gonna be tough to get through the first dungeons and then you're stuck in Harrow.
No, the game's
Well, in
actually
desert, I guess.
Yeah. No, luckily the game is actually friendly enough to
Okay. Oh.
to make sure you can't be in the door.
Kudos. Yeah, that's actually good programming by the devs. Not sure why I sound surprised.
Yeah,
It is
design-wise,
it is a very robust game, as Eri showed when he did his glitched run 2 days ago.
Yeah. As much as we tried to break the game and put it through a lot of stress,
Yeah.
the main thing is really that the game doesn't like doing 2 things at the same time. Other than that,
I mean, we will abuse that a little bit in this one.
Yeah, exactly.
With fake flippers and whatnot, but...
yeah, there's fake flippers, there's spin speeds, item dashes. Like, all those things are basically... We do 2 things at the same time, and the game tries to correct that as much as possible.
Yeah. Okay, coming up is a little bit of an RNG situation here in Escape, where we want a good movement from the key rat in this room here. I want him to move towards me. He will not, but that's okay. That's fine RNG, honestly.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, there's one pretty rare RNG where the red goes straight towards you. And that saves almost a whole second.
Yeah.
And then anything where the red is like along the left side is okay. And sometimes he goes all the way to Seattle, to the northwest.
To the northwest, and we cry.
Yeah, especially in 100% because we don't have the boomerang
Yeah.
to kind of save some time. But very solid escape.
That was good. 51. I'll take it. Mashing.
Mashing. Some text. Priest telling us some lore.
Something. 7. I see a I see 7. I see a 1.
Yeah. It's the classic 7 maidens.
Heck
Spoilers, Zelda is one of them.
yes. No. No. How
Aerith
dare you
dies.
spoil this? What's on Ped? Yeah, this turns out to be a really nasty Ped seed, where we get a Master Sword on Ped just to get Agaxes. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
It's disgusting.
All these vanilla items.
Can't believe how bad of a seed this actually is.
It's true.
Oh,
Imagine getting this as a spoiler lock seed. It would be about a 112.
it would be
very,
about a
very
1.
fast.
Still no money drops.
No, yeah. Yeah, speaking of that, that's actually a really good point. Resource management is a very big deal in 100%, even more so than in any of the other routes.
Yeah.
We need a lot of money throughout the run, and whether you get in trouble for that is kind of reliant on all the mini games that we're going to do along the way. With digging game and chest game, there is the chance that we get a lot of like 20 rupee drops or 100 rupee chests. But if you don't, then you just need a huge buffer of money to be able to afford the flippers and the big bomb at the like nearing the mid and end of the run.
Yep. It's it can be punishing. Like if you get good RNG, but no money otherwise, you are kind of screwed in a way.
Yeah, there are some backups along the way, but it's pretty rough. You will lose quite some time trying to get a couple 20 rupee chests or 5 rupee pots along the way. There's nothing really easy that gives you 100 or 300 without going to some out of the way locations. So we're going to try to kill some enemies along the way, try to like progress the price back to make sure that we get like a 20 rupee drop to at least have a bit of a buffer.
Yeah. And there are like strats that we do in this run that we don't do. Well, there are strats that we don't do in this run that we do in the any percent run, like we do tree pools and stuff. We don't do that here because there should be other ways for us to get enough money to make the tree pools not worth it.
Yeah.
So Eri, I am pressing up as fast as I can here. Tell the good folks here why.
Well, mashing buttons makes Link go fast.
Oh, yeah.
In Link to the Past, Link moves at an alternating 2 pixels and 1 pixel per frame, and by like pressing a diagonal while Link is going left or up, we reset the movement, which makes Link go like 2, 2, 1 instead of 2, 1, 2. And basically by repeatedly resetting the movements, you kind of save frames.
Yeah. We call it pumping.
Yeah. It's very minor, but it does add up over the course of the early game.
Yeah. Oh. Don't look.
It's fine. They're not touching.
Well, they were at one point. They were like ghosts passing through each other.
So we got a bow, we're making it... Wow, we progressed that price back a lot.
Yep.
Okay, so we hope to get a red rupee here. It might actually be worth picking it up, but... Not necessarily. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
We got a couple blues. Almost fight is actually pretty interesting. If you kill 5 of the statues, the last one will regenerate and enrage. But if you kill it right before the trigger happens, then it doesn't refill its health. So we tried to get 2 arrows in it at the start, and then kill it together with the 5th one, to kind of skip a phase. And that was very well done. So now that we collected our first pendant out of the 3 that we need to grab the Master Sword, Sahasrara will actually give us the most useful item in the game.
In the game. The one that we want. Not to do glitches, but to go fast, in this case.
Yeah. It is actually used for a couple glitches, right? Like spin speed, item dashes, all that uses the boots.
Good point.
All these little things that make the game a lot of fun. Boots are a great way to show skill expression.
Yes. And here is the first like real divergence from the, well, apart from the boomerang, the second divergence, I guess, from the any percent run, where we go into the back of Sahasrara's hut to get bombs and money. We need money, but we also need the bombs to grab some pieces of hearts, specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, the collection of pieces of heart actually starts in this split.
Yeah.
First, we need to grab the book so we can actually enter the next dungeon. And for that, we actually needed the boots. So it's a very linear sequence of items that we're getting.
Yeah.
But
not much we can do too. do it in any other order without major glitches.
Yeah, exactly. But also, like, there's a lot of overworld, so we immediately get to use our boots very well. It's a nice way
Yeah.
that the game is designed. We also see it in the next dungeon. It's kind of the classic, look how well this game is designed, because we have all these long hallways that the boots are super useful for.
Yeah. How about Eastern, though?
It would be nice to have boots for that, for sure.
But yeah, like, this is, it sometimes feels like the first and the second split, like the Escape and the Eastern split, are sort of just a transport into this, where we get the boost and we get to move really fast. But then you realize that this is also just a transport part of the run for when, like, we want to get into the Dark Room.
Yeah.
But I mean, we actually do get to go faster.
Exactly. Like, this is where, for most people, this is where the game really starts being fun.
Yeah.
Like, lots of fun movements. Boots movements just feels a lot more interactive.
Yeah. Which dungeon is my favorite? That's a good question. I think in this speedrun, I'm almost inclined to say Castle Tower.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I like the movement in Castle Tower a lot. But other than that, I'm probably gonna say Mire, Misery Mire. It has a lot of technical parts and a really fun boss at the end. And we do a couple of cool glitches in there as well.
Yeah, you don't often hear Mire, but it is a very cool dungeon.
I like that. I like Mire a lot.
Alright, we're gonna see it.
Oh!
Oh, good try, good try.
Yeah, so what I was trying to do there was to get a dash turn while opening the chest, meaning on the same frame as I turned around, I would also press A to open the chest, but that had to be on the exact same frame as I reached the chest. It's not a... I should grab those arrows, I forgot. It's not a free trick by any means, but it's fun when you get it. It's very fun when you get it. We do have it in emote form. You're right, Clearmouth. We do have it in emote form. It saves barely anything. It's still fun. Still fun.
For sure. Alright, here we grab our first piece of heart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and upcoming soon is probably one of the hardest bosses in the game to do well.
Yes.
But it's really fun.
It's fun. It is ridiculously tricky. Frustrating a lot of the time. But when it goes well, it's really cool. Wow. Cool drops, or not.
Very cool drops.
That was sarcastic, if you didn't pick that up. I wanted one money drop from one of the two rightmost enemies there.
Almost every enemy in the game has a 50% chance to drop something from its prize pack. So, nothing dropping there is pretty unlucky.
What?
Oh. That was a nasty hop.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice force cycle.
I forgot to mention. So what I should have been doing there was to, like, just before the pendant fell, I should have menued to bombs, because that would not have lost me as much time as menuing to the bomb in the overworld here would have done.
Yeah, while the menu is going on, the pendant timer still continues,
Yeah.
so it would drop as soon as the menu would close again. It's a minor optimization that was found a couple of years ago. Oh, nice door dash there.
Oh.
That's actually frame perfect.
Yep.
Or, yeah, pixel perfect.
That's a very satisfying door dash. I love that. Usually, like if you just turn to the left and try to dash like that, you bonk on the wall. But if you do it from the correct pixel, you don't, and you just go through the wall, through the door instead, which is very satisfying.
For sure. So, with our newfound glove, we will go to Tower of Hera, which would be the last pendant dungeon, but we're gonna do a couple things on the way. First, a slight detour to grab another piece of heart from the Bonk Rocks, and then we're gonna climb the mountain.
Bad chest game RNG is just an opportunity to farm chest turns. Now, that's a copium way of reasoning if I ever heard one. Sure. Let's go with that. No!
Unfortunate.
Really? I was too slow to the stupid rock? Okay. Well,
Yeah, there's a lot of small optimizations you can do throughout the run. If you are able to lift a rock right before the bird hits you, then you immediately throw the rock again without having to complete the animation of lifting the rock.
it doesn't save a lot of time, but it saves some time.
Yeah, for sure.
And since we should get a health refill here in Spectacle Rock in a minute, we don't really care about health that much. Okay, then
Yep.
rocks, sure.
It's actually a really nice part about this run, which is also why it's a great run to start learning the game with.
Yeah.
It's a lot to learn, but this usually is one of the most dangerous parts of the any % run, just because there's so much RNG in it and so many chances to take damage. But in 100%, you actually get a refill right here from the next piece of heart. Good attempt.
We tried. I said to myself I was going to try that once, but... Oh, well. So it saves, what, 10, 12 seconds if you get that hover? So you don't have to go around?
Exactly.
But now that I missed it, I was then lost like 30. But that's okay.
It's worth trying and showing off.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to do.
So the way Humbugh is doing it now is the way you're supposed to to grab the piece of heart.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do a line up here to try and make it over. Because we do need to go to the portal. Very nice. It's actually a very specific bunch of pixels you can stand on.
Yeah. Yeah, I like personally, I accidentally learned to hover like half a year ago or something, and I'm fairly certain, like in runs and in rando and whatnot, it has in grand total lost me more time than anything else. So it's a double-edged sword.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's a very satisfying trick when it works. But...
Yes, I should grab a pot. Oh well. So this is another fun part about this run, like just a small, minuscule detail where we use a bomb on this switch here instead of just hitting it with our sword or whatever. Because that, first of all, we get the pegs up. We can stand on them and don't need to hit the switch in the next room. But we also get a free menu to the lamp. So it saves, actually, not an insignificant amount of time. Kind of cool.
Yeah. Every extra menu costs a bit over a second, so anytime you can basically get a free menu, it's a, significant amount of time save. Especially to the point that these runs have been optimized.
Yeah.
And here we have our next bomb jump coming up. Enemies really are stingy today. That medium wall arm was...
Yeah, he was trying for things that he should not have tried for.
He smelled blood.
Thank you.
Nice bomb.
Nice bomb. A decent dungeon. I'll take it.
Yeah. This is the bane of casual runners and speedrunners alike. Molding requires 6 hits on the till, and has a lot of erratic movement. And if you get knocked down, you will have to do the fight all over again. Very nice.
I was a bit scared there a minute, but it worked.
Yeah. Worked out just fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that can for sure be a nightmare, that boss. Like, it's so demoralizing that it doesn't kill you, it just kicks you off the heckin' platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's like the boss from Super Mario 64. If you throw him off, it says you're cheating. Yeah, with 3 pendants in hand, we are officially allowed to grab the Master Sword.
Now we can grab it, not just look at it.
Yep.
That mushroom will be grabbed after I get the Master Sword. You can do it at any point, really. It doesn't matter that much, but I like having it as a way to cancel my dash, sort of. It feels more natural.
It also respawns on the way back,
yeah.
So you could accidentally grab it twice, and it wouldn't do anything.
Mushroom's so nice, we grab it twice.
Also, as far as the Lost Woods go, like, the woods in this game are probably the least confusing out of any Zelda game.
Oops. Yeah, this is just, like, one of the stumps just leads somewhere else, and we have fake swords on the ground. I don't remember myself getting fooled by the swords when I played this as a kid.
I don't remember. Alright. The last collectible before we go into the Dark World.
Yes. Should just rename it Lost Woods to Woods. I mean, does anybody really... Oh, really? Okay, I'll let that.
Yeah, might as well grab it.
Yeah. Rude. Wasn't far enough to the right.
Another case of the RNGs.
Yes. But the RNG... YOLO! Oh, you lost it. But the RNGs we've seen so far has been minuscule in relation to the RNGs that are coming up.
For sure.
Yeah. Alright, Castle Tower. What?
Yeah, I guess at the end of this dungeon, the boss will throw any number between 0 and 15 blue balls. So be sure to just put a number in chat. 3 is the most likely, but lower is better. I can't believe you didn't get hit there.
Let's go. You gotta pair the bad gameplay that I had in the previous 2 rooms with just ridiculously lucky RNG in the next one.
We take those.
We do take those. Starts too early.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
It's a really satisfying, boomless specific strat.
Alright. Coming up on my good friend Aghanim the Wizard.
So lore-wise, Aga got a hold of Zelda and is now transporting her away into the Dark World. Getting all the 7 maidens to, I guess, unlock the gate to the Triforce or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's trying to do, but it's not good.
No.
Oh, doesn't matter. So you... Oh, can do. So usually what you want to do here is you want to stand on the side of Aghanim that you can like push him into the middle of the room, because then the warp will statistically be shorter for the next one. That's why I would go to the left side of him here, push him into the middle. As I say that...
Baller.
Baller! Can we get the 3? Can we get the 3? We cannot. So the first attack after each lightning is always going to be an energy ball that can be reflected back to him. And then it's a 50-50 on the next 3 attacks, whether it's an energy ball or a blue ball. And the blue balls are harmless to Aga, but hurtful to me. That was 4, I believe?
Yep.
That means that I saved time on my PB, because my PB had 6.
Excellent.
But my PB had very good RNG going forward from here, so it's going to be very hard to save time on my PB after this. Alright, Dark World.
Dark World.
Personally.
So, immediately?
Immediately we do what I usually, like personally, forget the most. and that is grab the heart piece from the pyramid.
A little bit of love that's left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna lose most of the rupees that we've actually collected. We needed a minimum of 110 rupees to actually enter the next dungeon. There's a little monkey that will follow us once we go through the main part of this hedge. And then he wants another 100 to actually open up Paths of Darkness.
Losing money. Yeah, like in an any percent run, this is where the money problems would end. But not in this run. In this run, we still need more money, a lot of it.
Yeah, this is actually where the money problems start, I feel.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. We spend our hard-earned money here, and then we just realize, oh crap, we need more.
Yeah, we need a lot.
We need a lot.
I think from this point onward, we still need 620.
Yes. Well, that's not enough. 640, right? No. Wait. No, you might be right.
Well, it also depends on how often you need to do the in-game and chess game.
Good point. Good point.
But Paths of Darkness is just a lot of trips to get all the keys that you need.
Yeah.
And then mirroring will put you back to the start of the dungeon. Which is actually a mechanic that I did not know existed until I started playing the rando in the speedrun of this game.
Mirroring to the start of the dungeon?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
nice. Okay.
I got 1 out of 2, okay? I'm happy with
Redemption. Very nice bomb jump. It's double pixel perfect. Allows us to go through the rail and save a key and a lot of time. We can grab that key, and then from there on out we will go straight to the boss. Nothing else to do for us here. Refill our health so we actually have beams, which will help us in a couple of rooms as well to hit a switch.
Yes. Just wait for this wall. And then we have a couple of dark rooms coming up with somewhat tricky, especially one where there's a good tech for getting rid of the enemies quickly. Hopefully it goes well.
Very nice.
It did go well. See, we have counting lessons in channel.
Yeah. Very multicultural. Helmasaur King is Helpasaur's King, evil brother. Needs 17 hits to the face to break the mask, and then
What?
another 4 with the hammer. Oh, we didn't get spin speed, interesting.
Okay. No. I was 100% sure I got spin speed. I got so confused.
Interesting. Yeah,
what the heck?
well,
Oh.
usually hammering Helma in the second phase is really, really tricky. So that's why when we are in spin speed states, we actually displace the hammer hitbox, which makes it a lot easier to hit. But yeah, if you think you're in the state and then start hammering and don't hit Helma, it's very confusing.
I got very confused because I think I actually got the first hit as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
Oh well. Hitboxes indeed. So the cutscenes after every boss in the Dark World are sort of long, like they can be almost up to a minute. I know that this is a lot of people like see this as a detriment to speedrunning this game because of these cutscenes. I like them. They are. I don't consider them rewards, but they are still like moments where I can just, all right, cool, on to the next one.
Decompress a little bit.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we are coming up on the biggest RNG fest of this run, which is what we call the digging game. So first,
Yeah.
I need the sufficient funds to be allowed to play the digging game. And there is a certain very helpful NPC that will just give me the funds if I talk to him. The lore of that, I have no idea what it's about, but he's just a generous guy.
Yeah. It's if you keep it a secret, then he'll give you money. Probably a slight nod to Zelda 1.
Probably.
But 300 rupees is a lot of rupees.
It's a lot of money.
Could even say he's a pretty
Nice.
hype guy.
On the on the last heckin' grass, I got bush skull.
Yeah.
Or grass skull, I should say. But first,
So as a slightly,
gonna
yeah.
get the flute.
This is the story of Stumpy, who made his way into the Dark World, and then got cursed. So he gives us the shovel to dig up the flute. I don't know how he's actually in the Light World and Dark World at the same time.
No idea.
But
This, I consider that just to be like a ghost of him or something, because it just disappears after
yeah,
you talk.
it's pretty freaky.
It is very freaky. Oh, great.
But nice frame rate.
Alright, so this should be a heart refill. If it is, that means that I did collect all the heart pieces that I was supposed to collect. And indeed, it was a heart refill.
Very good.
Alright.
That's 8 pieces so far.
Mm-hmm.
To count.
We need 32, right?
24.
24. Don't think I ever counted them.
Alright, and this is where the game starts. You can only get the heart piece after the 24th dig. So the first 24 digs are, for us, really just to try to collect as much money as possible, which is completely random. And then after, like from the 25th dig onwards, it's a 1 in 32 chance to get the piece of heart.
Was bad,
That's how it
both because
goes.
I didn't get the piece of art, also I didn't get a lot of money, so hopefully we'll get some back now.
So if you get like 36 or 37 digs, you have about a 1 in 3 chance to get the piece of heart every dig game. And there it is.
Second try. Alright.
Alright.
I'm good with second try. Second try is fine.
Yeah. We also ended up a bit on the plus,
Mm-hmm.
money-wise. It's still not luxurious, but it's okay.
I'm sure we will get 100 from the first chest, and chest game is fine.
Surely.
Surely we will.
This is the maze race. You get 15 seconds to end up there, to get the piece of heart. We got it in 7 seconds, so that's pretty good. There's no real easy way to deal with this red guard in this category, so...
I was a bit too sloppy there on the movement, so I wanted to smash him again.
And now we're basically on the main collectathon
Yeah.
of the run, which kind of is across 2 different splits, or 3 different splits.
3
even.
different splits, yeah. This is the first of them. So we get a bottle, and then when we have a bottle, we can talk to the sick kid, and he gets so impressed by our bottle that he gives us his bug net. After which we activate the flute.
Then we immediately flute away, and then turn in the mushroom that we got about 20 minutes ago. Definitely the swaggiest way to deliver the mushroom.
Indeed.
And then we get the powder, which we will use a little bit later as well.
Yes.
It would be great to be able to afford a potion here, but the money is just too tight.
Yeah.
So then we get our second bottle here. Hold it up for the world to see.
Yeah, this is a part of this run. Like none of this, you see none of this in the any percent run.
Yeah.
Which is like, to me, that's fun. I like doing not the normal stuff just all of the time, but something a bit different. It's fun.
Great spin speed here. Because, yeah, the entrance to Blind's hut is actually the stairs. But yeah, all these little collectathons are really great.
No, I don't want a ball. So I need to pick up some money here.
Yeah, I would just grab every chest.
If you get lucky in chest game, not in chest game, in the game, you could technically skip those chests. But I was not that lucky, unfortunately, so wanted the buffer.
Now we enter the Dark World and then go to our second minigame.
Yeah.
Oh, nice ferry, yeah. So for safety's sake, we grab a ferry here because we have a really tight sequence a little bit later on, where you could technically make it through with 1 heart, but of course, in a marathon situation, that's not the piece of heart we wanted.
1.
2. Okay,
Here.
well.
Money! My money!
I think you were supposed to grab...
Yeah.
Oh, you do it like this.
No,
Interesting.
I don't. I realized too late.
Oh.
But
Okay.
yes. And that was wrong, though. I need to delete the heckin' subsplits. They just destroy everything.
Yeah, the Thieves Overworld one is a little bit... Alright, it worked out.
It worked.
Okay, this is still in the range of money where there's plenty of backups that are fine.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is a danger zone.
So just to let me know what I could do, I have 20 bucks in my shed. I have 25 bucks on Left Side Swamp.
And then there's the waterfall chest for the last bit.
The water.
Or even 5 rupees in the pots that you like hook dash to, like post hook shot, with the statue that you put on the switch.
Oh, okay. So if I lift that up, there are 5 bucks there.
Yeah.
Alright. Coolio.
Yeah, because we need 50, so that works out perfectly. Peacetown is actually the dungeon with, I think, the most lore in the entire game. Because there are a couple of NPCs that actually talk about Blind.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only dungeon where there isn't just a boss at the end. It's a really nicely designed, section of the game.
It's a really cool dungeon. And like the connection to the overworld and the connection to Kakariko in the light world, it's fascinating in a way. I really like it.
Yeah, it's really cool. Because you can actually see like the attic on the overworld as well, where the light actually comes into the dungeon. And here we also get a very important item, the mitts, which allows us to upgrade our sword, which is pretty relevant.
It is very relevant. It's not technically required to do. Since we can get or is it?
It is. You actually need the tempered sword in order to get the gold sword.
Oh. Hey. TIL. I mean, it makes sense.
Otherwise, I'm pretty sure it would be worth it to just skip tempered and then grab gold plus silvers in any percent.
Ah. Yeah, it wouldn't be worth it here since we still need chest. Blind is a script.
It sure is.
It sure is.
Nice dungeon though.
It went okay. A little bit of hiccup in the hellway, but the rest was fine.
Yeah.
I golded it because I didn't need to grab a fairy. Since I got the fairy in the overworld. That's why the gold is there. I mean, it's there. I will still have it there. But
Gold is gold.
gold is gold. Sort of.
So after this little intermezzo of Peacetown, we actually continue our collectathon for just a little bit. We grab a bit more money that we need. And then we're going to rescue the smith. The real question is how all these NPCs suddenly made their way into the Dark World.
I mean, the smiths are usually strong, right? They should be able to lift up rocks.
True.
But like Stumpy, I have no idea. Stumpy makes no sense. Get the smith into his house.
Yeah, there's actually a nice little sequence here. We drop off the sword, and then we go into the Dark World to pick up the purple chest already. And then also use the powder to get our half magic. And because we had a screen transition to the Dark World, it makes sure that the smiths are done with their work.
You either need like a transition to Dark World or a screen transition in the Light World Overworld.
Yeah.
And this just happens to work out with this. We just use it.
So this bat curses us by halving our magic. Except it's actually beneficial because it halves our magic usage. And this basically removes all the magic resource management that we need. So, make our way back, get our sword. And this should really be enough for like comfort zone in order to finish the run equipment-wise.
Yes.
But we get an even stronger one.
Link wants to be the strongest person in the realm. And now we go into schools.
Yes.
Skullwoods is done in the in the normal way, like what you see in the any percent vanilla speedrun. There are no shortcuts.
No. Yeah, unless you go into major glitch territory, like
Right.
with door glitches or something, then you're able to sequence break things here. But otherwise, it's always going to be grab big heat, grab fire rod, go to the back.
Stuck mommy, let's go.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, perfect statue drag as well.
Let's go. And that was a late hand. I like it.
A really tricky part of 100% is actually menuing.
Yes.
Because you want to have as few menu moves as possible, but you also do not want to go over the bottle. Because unlike in Rando, the bottle menu is really bad.
It's cursed! Like, it has another tempo than the other items. Also, it allows you to suddenly just menu up and down between the bottles. And if you are on the bottle and say you want to go to the lamp and you cannot press up, that doesn't get you to the lamp.
Yeah, exactly. It's really, really bad.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nice recovery.
Spin. me that.
It's a really nice way of killing mummies. They're super tanky, but it actually does damage to hit them into the spikes. Unlike this boss. Very nice. So the upcoming split is almost exactly the same as in the any % run,
Which is a
except for
problem.
one big difference.
Yeah.
It is a problem because it's very easy to just muscle memory your way through Zora's domain, but we do need to grab a piece of heart that's on the ledge.
So should I do waterfall for a chest? No.
No,
No.
no.
I grab the money. Yeah, in Swamp. Like all of the money. Yeah, that's 20 and 30. Yeah, that works. Cool. Like that menu right there, I am trying to be very careful to not start, like, my first movement be to the left. Forgot. Shit. Give me that. No. Okay.
Yeah, might as well pick it up. Mandatory map check.
I forgot to toot the flute. That's why I got.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, my muscle memory didn't work the way it was intended to, so. But we got our heart back.
True.
That's good.
Very, very important. Yeah, we really want to keep beams for multiple rooms in the coming dungeon. Beams kind of range from being super useful and a huge time save to really annoying and a big time loss.
Yeah.
So it's kind of pick and choose where you want to be on full health and where you want to take intentional damage to get rid of them.
For some reason I did that. Oh well. Hello, catfish. Give me your house sigil, please.
That's the Great Medallion. We need that for the second to last dungeon of the game. So we already pick it up because we can just mirror and then make our way to Zora's domain. Here we get the most expensive item that the world has to offer. If you thought that Kiki rips people off to open a dungeon, like,
haven't met
get a load of this guy. See, Saha just wants us to kill a boss to give us boots. Zora here wants 500 rupees for a pair of flippers. Doesn't really seem fair.
Capitalism.
Oh. Right, so chat's asking about saving Queen of Vanilla NMG runs. So, traditionally, races of NMG started happening with no save and quit in order to keep it like one playthrough and to have like the games played 000 at the end of the run. Which is just kind of a nice, like, it flows really well. And it's just a nice complete run that way. There are, for every category, there is also a save and quit version. But it's just less popular. The save and quit menu kinda sucks. in Link to the Past as well. So it's just not as popular, but there are some people who do save and quit runs.
Yeah, how much faster is the save and quit hundo compared to the this hundo?
I'm not sure about save and quit hundo actually. I would have to look into that.
I have no idea what that route looks like anyway.
No, me neither. I think Corey tried to figure out route.
Yeah. Alright, so Ice Palace is not done in the intended way.
No, we are going to sequence break a lot here. So even without Icebreaker, there is a very nice way to skip getting the big key. So usually we would not hit this switch and then go through the dungeon normally, get the big key, and then be able to like hit the switch somewhere else and push down a block.
But instead we do that.
Instead, we just jump our way through, and then make our way and immediately push the block down. And it's just a lot comfier.
Yes. And even though the trick is somewhat involved to learn, not doing the trick and doing the dungeon normally is just excruciating.
Yeah. We don't need to grab the big chest in this dungeon. It has the blue mill, but in 100% we only care about the finished, the end result.
Yeah.
So as long as you end up on red mill, we consider like the requirements to be fulfilled. Very nice gold sting.
Thank you. Alright. Time for the reason I stopped for Farrier. We need to get through Spike Cave to get the Cane of Burna, which incidentally would have helped for Spike Cave. But Cane of Burna is in there, so we have to go through some other way. And you either do that by getting the cape out of King's Tomb, or you just cheese it, and we're just gonna cheese it.
Yeah.
Getting the cape out of King's Tomb is significantly faster later in the run when we are just going to grab other stuff in the vicinity anyway.
It's also really nice to just have a safety, because this RNG, if you don't have a ferry right now, then you would need to try to cut a few bushes for either a heart or a ferry to get back to full. Because 14 hearts just would not be enough. Very nice.
Oh, right. I don't have it yet.
Nope. So then we activate spin speed, activate Burna, and then we can just run our way out of here.
And this
While
is
being
one of the
vulnerable.
2 places in the run where you're legally allowed to yell "Nyum."
It's true. It's very satisfying.
It's very satisfying. That is also one thing, like in Spike Cave, that I just learned. I don't know. It wasn't that long ago, honestly. That you can stand behind the torches and not take damage because there are no spikes there.
Yeah.
The same goes for the room right before Trinex. If you
Yeah.
hover to like the other side of the torches, you can just stand there. You would never want to, but you can.
If you need a break while hovering, it's pretty good.
Sure.
So we picked up Ether as well on the way. It's kind of a combined package. And now we quickly make a detour into Mire Shed, grab couple of rupees and another piece of heart. And that piece of heart is actually really, really important.
It's very, very nice, yes.
Because we need to do a lot of damage boosting in Mire. And luckily we get a refill from the piece of heart here. Because it's our 15th heart. This is a really fun dungeon.
Yes.
Some really technical rooms. And a really fun boss.
Oh wow, he didn't die. So I did.
Yeah, learn.
Yeah, I
Go
did
ahead.
say earlier that this is probably my favorite dungeon, and the reason for that is probably that when you start speedrunning this game, okay, hold on. When you start speedrunning this game, this dungeon is a huge roadblock. It's so tough. Like, enemies do 4 hearts of damage, and you just... Like, any hit you take is just detrimental to your ability to actually just finish this dungeon whatsoever. So I think I like this dungeon so much because, like, feeling that you're able to do it well and quickly is just so different from the feeling that you got from the first time you tried to speedrun this. When this was just so tough.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, learn something new. I didn't know this. What's your favorite dungeon? So, Humbugh trivia fulfilled.
It's not the dungeon that I'm like most consistent in or whatever, but I don't know. There's just a certain feeling you're speedrunning this dungeon that I just enjoy, and I think at least part of it is like the skill difference. I mean, right now and a couple of years ago when I started.
Yeah.
This.
That's really cool.
Yep.
I don't have the hookshot yet, so we can actually hook to that block. Makes the room a little bit tighter, but
Yeah.
we're still able to get possibly the most broken item of the game. We aren't able to use that that much in this category, or in this rule set. But major glitches, rule sets, like abuse Gain of Samaria so much.
Yeah. While you're in a doorway, place a red block, and you're good to go. Sorry.
Now we're gonna set up the biggest glitch of this dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
We tap dash to kick up some dust before placing the block, and that keeps a variable that we set when we landed in the Mire area with the bird. And that variable displaces the lingering hitbox of the fire rod when it hits something. And that allows us to hit switches that are off screen.
Or on
Which
screen,
you can see
I guess.
right there 3 times. It's called spooky action at a distance, so we just call it that, spooky.
I thought he was...
Oh, okay, we didn't mirror out, so it's all okay. Lots of damage boosting going on in this dungeon as well, like we saw there with this boss. By standing in the goo, it means that you can't get hit by the eyes. So we just try to do as much damage as possible, while taking a couple of hits from the goo.
To me, it looked like the top right eye, like the top right small eye, took a hit like in a spin, so that it would just die off of the other spin. But apparently it did not, which meant that I did not get the 0 cycle that I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of cycles after a set point of time. The main eye pops out and shoots lightning, and you're able to kill all. If you're able to kill all the little eyes before that happens, then immediately goes into his second phase. So before we go into the area of our next dungeon, we still need to grab one piece of heart here. We call Checkerboard Cave. It's a little bit of a small checkerboard, but it counts.
It counts. Yeah.
Being able to delete the blocks like that with the mirror is definitely a bit of an oversight by the developers, but...
Yeah, that just seems so... Like, you can actually just break the actual puzzles by doing that.
Yeah. It would work in dungeons if the ability to go to the beginning of the dungeon didn't exist.
Yeah. I also did that movement wrong because muscle memory, but I'm not sure how much time that loses.
Probably not too much.
A second, maybe. I was almost on my way into the dungeon there, which would have been a problem because then I would have missed this specific thing.
Yeah.
Just the Bombos medallion that we never used, but we still need to get it.
It's I think the only item that actually goes unused in the entire run. If you or the bug nets for some runners. But...
For runners better than I am, yes. I love having the bug net for the fairy to use in Spike Game.
Yeah. It's just such a reasonable safety to have.
Should be low enough, right? I think so.
Yeah, you're fine. So here again, we just break the puzzle. Yeah, as we see there, it also has the unintended side effect of making sure that when you bonk, you just don't really move. Then we go through this lag fest of a screen because of all the enemies that appear after you beat Aga.
And we're in Swamp.
Yeah, Swamp is a little bit the escape of the Dark World. Mm-hmm. It's really, really hard to actually die in this dungeon, but there's a lot of RNG with the random movement from these floaters and bubbles and all the other enemies. So it's hard to go fast and avoid all the damage. But at least you won't die.
Hopefully.
Especially in Humbugh.
Especially in Humbugh. It would be weird to die in Swamp in Humbugh.
Yeah.
It would be weird to die in Swamp. Like in any percent as well, I think. But it would be weird to die here, especially since you just made it out of mire.
Yeah.
Not even specky clipping. Listen.
Lots of little cutscene and water movement as well, so it's actually a really, really tricky dungeon to navigate your way through efficiently. But we need to make our way all the way through to the left side to grab the big key to get the hookshot. There's no real way around that. Recently, a way was found to potentially save a little bit of time by using a different version of Spooky.
Can't believe you're
But
bringing this
it's like exactly a frame perfect bomb throw with no good Q, so it's not like reliable enough to put into runs just yet.
No, it's I think it's the actual definition of cursed. At least right now, when we have no setup for it. No real good setup anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna hammer dash through some pots here. Just before getting the big key. To get some money, because I need 29
you can also grab
more
this pot.
rupees.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't think of that, but this still works.
Oh, it's... Okay. Alright. Learning. I'm learning.
So now we're able to pay our final due in the game.
Yes.
Because there's no easy way to get into... get to the Pyramid Ferry. We need a very, very big bomb for that, and that one costs 100 rupees. I think we might want both arrow points.
I cannot believe it. I have beams and the guy electrocuted. Let's go.
Yeah.
Usually when you have beams and you're able to electrocute the guy, to beam the guy to death, he just doesn't electrocute and you can just dash through him instead.
Yeah.
But usually when you don't have beams, he decides to electrocute him most time.
There's pause of this dungeon. Argus. There is technically a way to beat this without having to go through the cycle where he spins around with his pulse, but we forgo that here. We want to stay on the hook shot as well, because we are not going to mirror out. And that's Swamp Palace.
Swamp. And now begins the largest of the collectathons, like the segments in the run where we don't go to dungeons to progress the story, sort of the game. We just go around the overworld grabbing stuff.
Yeah.
Heart pieces, the cape, the ice rod, we get the silvers, we get the gold sword, and then we just have 2 dungeons left.
Yeah, this section actually basically is the length of a whole dungeon. It's over 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of overworld traversal. A couples... I guess only Pyramid Ferry really is the cutscene, but...
Yeah.
There's a lot going on here.
That spear is just so annoying.
Yeah, I can actually teach you a way to avoid that.
Thank you.
If you go to the left of the stairs, then the moblin won't immediately throw the spear. So here's Highlight Island. There's a piece of heart here. Oh no!
No, and then I missed it. What? I am so upsetting. Wow. Okay, bro. So what I was trying to do was to mirror on top of the bush but also on top of the of the heart piece, so that I both would get the heart piece and then immediately mere bonk to go back into the dark world without having to wait for my iframes to run out. But I managed to do neither twice.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those mirror transitions actually take quite a while.
They
so.
do. They really do. I'm upset.
We also got the last bottle from, yeah, the guy under the bridge, or affectionately called the hobo. In Randomizer, the worst check in the game.
I don't agree there, but sure.
And now we grab the big bomb to go to Pyramid Ferry.
Yes.
Alright. So we drop it, and by mirroring right when the timer is on 0, we actually dupe the heart, or dupe the bomb. And that allows us to hop off ledges and dash, and just make everything quite a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So here we throw 2 items into the pond. The sword and the bow.
So
Which will give us the
questionary,
final upgrades of bow.
Which one do you throw in first?
I do the sword first.
Yeah.
Because that one's the hardest,
Yeah,
so I
good,
want to get
okay.
that out of the way first.
Alright, we think the same about that. That's good. Because then you can just mash through the other cutscene.
Yeah, exactly. And we get the nice slash animation during the cutscene as
for
well.
whatever reason, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay,
A little bit of time lost, but
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
That's fair. Stay on
Yeah, and now we're poor again.
Now we are. Oh baby, we're so poor. But we don't need any more money, so it's fine.
Yep. So we use the hook shot to actually hook over to the pond. This is our quote-unquote logical way to get to this area. This is what the game kind of expects you to do.
Yeah.
Now we'll get our last bunch of items. This is the cape that we actually would have wanted to use to get through Spy Cave.
Yeah.
Makes us invisible and invincible. Even intangible, I would say. Because we're able to go through bumpers with that, which we'll actually use in just a minute. Nice. Nice HUD count as well. I really approve.
Let's go. Should have had 420 rupees though. No,
Go
I
ahead,
shouldn't have. That would have
game.
that would have meant a really bad RNG. Oh, even he.
Oh wow, these enemies.
Yeah, no. Okay. Oh well.
So here we're going to use the cape.
We need to use the cape here.
We actually do. Well, you can clip onto the...
Well, sure.
Yeah, the cape is a little bit weird. There's a period of time after you menu to the cape that you can't actually activate it just yet. It's a bit annoying. This tree only opens up after you defeat Aga the first time around.
Well, we were on that screen earlier, but we hadn't killed Aga yet, so.
Now we still need to grab the ice rod, because otherwise we can't actually beat the next dungeon.
We're still not in go mode. Oh, I've got split.
I was wondering. Alright, so last trip to Death Mountain. We go straight to Turtle Rock. Quick drive through past all the dead rocks. Very nice.
Yeah, define quick in that case. There was a lot of traffic, okay?
Yeah. Hey, it still looked better than what I did in my PB. So.
Oh, I remember that. I do remember that. You got somewhat upsetting in the Turtle Rock split, yeah.
Yeah. So there we see the last piece of hardware actually grabbed.
Yep.
On Floating Island.
How?
Okay.
Oh.
Very nice.
And I remembered to menu to Samaria there by going right, down instead of down, right. Because if I would have done the second version of that, I would have ended up on the bottles, and that would have just lost my time. What's in Mimic Cave in Vanilla? Oh, you'll see, because we will go there.
I could guess. We still need 2 pieces of heart.
Mm-hmm.
We know that one of them is on Floating Island.
Yes.
And other than that, we still need Red Mail and a Mirror Shield. There are, in fact, mimics in Mimic Cave. It's the only instance of mimics being in the light world.
Yeah, you're right. Never thought of that. Okay, so I know that I am on the ferry. Because I've got a hot drop in pod.
True. Yeah, the drops here, not as important as they would be in other categories, but still nice to be. Gromps,
Okay, dude.
go back to Mario.
I was trying to read where he was going, but he just went somewhere else.
Yeah, very erratic enemies.
Yes.
Like we said at the end, Link to the Past is so much about reading RNG and reacting to enemy movement, and it's like, especially with the charms, it's just really, really difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
I got excited for that one.
You're allowed to be.
Thank you.
Yeah, arrow management isn't as important here, because with silver arrows, we have a chance of getting some arrows from the mimics as well in Mimic Cave.
Yeah, and we will get 5 arrows before Ice Armos, and Ice Armos only take 6 arrows instead of 18. Okay. Hey, we got some money.
True.
if you actually do need a fan to continue staying alive, Nissan, you can borrow one from me. Like, for real. If you want. But yes, it is humid and it's warm, and I don't like it either. But here we are. Mirror shield.
Best item.
Is it though?
No, it's not.
It's no.
I really like the mirror shit.
I like the in-game design of the mirror shield, like what it does. I think it's kind of cool.
But not how it looks.
No. It is way too... like, it's way too big proportionally compared to Link. It's just absurd. Oh. I mean, I can imagine that, because it would make sense if it did protect you from BMO shots. And yet it doesn't.
Yeah, that would be the best thing.
Oh yeah, that mirror shield in Majora's Mask is just so cool.
Weird.
Apart from Chomps, that was a decent turnaround.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see if we can get the 0 cycle. Oh, very nice.
This is not random. This is not random. This is not random.
Yeah.
I even said this is not random. Damn it!
I was so surprised you were still standing so low.
I know, I'm not sure why. Oh man. Alright, that's our last crystal dungeon, and we have this cutscene, then we have just to make a slight detour to the floating island for Heartbeats, and then it's GT Tower time.
Let's go.
Let's go. What's in the chests in Hookshot Cave? Just money, right?
50 rupees.
50 rupees, okay.
4 times, yeah. Alright, very nice. By moving down a little bit, having not everything of GT on screen, make sure that we get less lag. Even the sword causes lag.
Yeah. Skip that key. There are faster keys to get.
Yeah, there's actually 3 options of keys that you can get, because we skip a lot of doors in this dungeon. And all have their own pros and cons. Having the red boomerang here is actually calls for a couple of different strats, and they're a little bit trickier than having the blue boomerang. It's one of the quirks of the category.
I hope you could see the expression on my face that I got surprised that that boomerang didn't hit.
Yeah, I thought it would, but
Oh well. Alright, so ice armos, and then do not forget to grab red mail.
very important.
Yes, very important.
But look at that beautiful double row of hearts we have. The full menu.
Oh yes.
It's beautiful.
I got him down, boys. Let's go.
Very nice. I guess at this point we might want to grab the drop from the mimics.
Yeah, like I was honestly considering grabbing the chest, but no. I will hopefully get at least something from the mimics.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay. Otherwise, I'll just get the pot.
Mimic, what are you doing here? Okay.
That's the second time in a row that happened to me.
Very nice.
Okay. Whoops.
Oh wow, nice dash.
Yeah, that my usual strat did not go as intended there, so some kind of backup on the right side. I was winging it. It worked. Guess I could grab those.
Yeah, maybe.
Or I'll just do this. It's fine.
Yes.
That's what I was planning to do anyway.
Let's see if we can get the snipe here.
Let's go.
Yes. Very nice. Usually you would be on the fire rod here,
Yeah.
but because with the silvers, the Lamo 2 becomes a lot easier. We want to stay on the bow.
And faster.
Yep. And we have more than enough arrows to actually kill Ganon now. So this works out perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Oh, I thought I missed.
It worked out just fine. Alright, so we grab the... Don't grab this mini helmet key. Okay. It's fine. I made assumptions, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I guess that is actually faster than that one, because you might just not need the...
Yeah, you shouldn't need the magic.
Right, yeah, I don't think I thought of that. Actually, I don't need to spin there, I can just slash the gold sword.
Yeah, it's slash plus pokey.
Yeah.
Hey now, Nissan, I just assumed that others would submit randos. So,
Same.
I will do speedrun.
Revival of the IKEA Bowl, let's go.
Oh, I love anime.
What kind of a... Oh, I thought that was going to despawn.
Yeah, same actually. But it worked out. Wipe!
When I get a first pattern like that, I'm just... Alright.
Mentally checking out.
I'm gonna be glad with a 4 cycle. we call I got 2 of the geometry wizard for a reason. Having to go through that.
Yeah, especially on a base, it's just such a hard boss.
It's so tough.
So many different patterns, and then the chance of blue balls as well.
So, in Humbugh, like, you get everything, right? And usually you're kind of used to killing Ganon with not everything. So when I started, like, actually trying to get a decent time in Humbugh, Eri helped me out with what he called his document that was Humbugh for Randoers. And in the Humbugh for Randoers doc, the instructions on how to kill... I'm supposed to be on the bow. The instructions on how to kill Ganon is, you got this. Because we just have everything. It's like, if you're used to rando, you got this.
You got this. Yeah, like, people who start off playing rando are so used to killing Ganon with, like, any sort of equipment, and especially, like, gold sword plus silvers is a fight that a lot of players just know inside out.
Yeah.
GG, gamer. Very nice run.
Thank you. It was not a catastrophe. I'm happy with that.
It really wasn't.
It really was not. Hey, top 146.
Yeah.
Not by much, but by a little. Alright, that's Humbugh. Link to the Past Humbugh. It's a really, really fun speedrun. It obviously can get frustrating if you're on pace through digging game and then you just get like 16th try chess game or something. But I use this speedrun as a chill speedrun, if you will. It's fun getting everything, and the route is cool. So yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, as long as you go into it without any expectations.
Exactly.
It's super, super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are well underestimated, so I guess we're gonna have to go for the entire credits.
Yep. Credits it is.
And apparently we need to talk as well instead of just being able to enjoy the music, so
Oh, baby. Okay. But yeah, you mentioned your PB. I remember that because I was in a voice call when you did get that PB. I was in a voice call with you, like also doing a Humbugh run. And
oh right.
Yeah, you got, was it like 1 blue ball first dig, first chest? 2 blue balls maybe?
I think it was 0 blue balls, first dig, third chest.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the nerfs kicked in.
Yeah, I remember you explicitly saying, "Oh shit," after digging game, because you were like, there was a shot of you playing really, really well and getting world record. The Dead Rocks saw to that eventually, but I have such a vivid memory of you getting through chest game, and just it was so obvious that the nerves were on the outside of your skin. It was really fun.
Yeah,
it was
it
obvious.
was. Especially with a run like this where there is just so much RNG.
Yeah.
And then when you finally get everything together
Yeah.
with minimal time loss,
Mhm.
the runs of this category go either you don't play well, or you get really good RNG and then you just really choke hard
Yeah.
and you barely PB,
Yeah.
or you get like mediocre RNG but you just game out of your mind.
Yeah.
And you just save all the time elsewhere. There's no in between. It doesn't exist.
It does not. And I guess that happens sometimes as well in any percent, where you only, a huge quote, only have the blue ball RNG. Like you have a good light world, you get to Aga, you get 7 blue balls, and then you just get the best dark world ever, sort of, just because you're calm and you just want to enjoy the game for what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a weird, like, our brains work in a weird way, I guess.
Yeah, you kind of really put a lot of pressure on yourself to kind of make use of the good RNG that you get.
Yeah.
And if you just don't get it, I guess that's just less pressure.
Mhm.
Because you know that if it doesn't happen this run, well, it's because you got mediocre RNG anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, like, after Aga in normal speedrun, you have the hammer jump that could potentially lose you a lot of time on one trick as well. So.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I need to get hammer jump this run now, otherwise I'm screwed. And then obviously you don't get it because you overthought.
Yeah, overthinking is such a classic speedrun thing as well.
Such a classic speedrun thing.
Hyper focus on one trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the problem with especially hovering as well.
Mhm.
Like you had maybe with Spec Rock. It's like, well, really want to get it this time because it's a showcase.
Fair enough. Yeah. When I did it, I felt I could feel myself not having the correct rhythm. I tried to adjust, but I guess I adjusted too much. I think my rhythm was slightly too fast. And I tried to adjust, and I think I just released the button for 2 frames.
Yeah. Yeah. Humbugh is just great showcase of A Link to the Past. There's a lot of great categories out there, but
Yeah.
again, if anyone wants to learn around the document of it that I made for the people who mained Rando, is right there. It's also very useful for anyone who's just jumping into Link to the Past. So just
Yeah.
give it a try, even if it takes 3 or 4 hours at first. Like before I started playing Rando, I also just tried to do like a very casual run where I collected everything. And it's just nice to kind of time yourself and slowly see those times go down.
Yeah.
And you don't need to like be officially like a quote unquote speedrunner. If you have a timer and you like just playing stuff casually, like that's super fun as well.
Mm-hmm. It is. And like you can even expand this if you want to, and I think there's a route for like chest percent sort of. At least in the Rando vanilla ROM, I think there is, right? Because I think you did that at one point.
Yeah, I don't think there's like officially a category of it yet, but
Yeah.
because there is a chest counter in the Rando ROM, you can actually try to get every single chest that's in the game and then finish the game. It would be cool to see that routed out even more. There's just so many different ways to play the game, either be it vanilla or via the Rando ROM.
Yeah.
There's a huge overlap between the two scenes. Yeah, no randomizer in this marathon, but there is tons of it across Twitch as well. So
there is, and I'm just gonna take this moment to plug ESA. To anyone who doesn't know, like ESA Marathon, like speedrunning marathon here in Malmo, actually, where both Nissan and I live, it's gonna kick off in 1.5 months, roughly. And we have both speedruns of this. No, actually, no. That's like in ESA, it's going to be the other way around. We will only have rando of this game and no speedruns. So we have Eri and MM2 SNES cartridge are gonna do SMC3. So this game paired with Super Metroid Rando, and Gem and Clear Mouse are gonna do a pilot spoiler key sanity, where Clear Mouse gets the log of the seed, where like states where all the items are, and just get to tell in real time Gem where to go and in what order to do stuff and to finish the seed as quickly as possible. So it's going to be a showcase of Rando on ESA. So make sure to get on that, like, watch that, and if you can, you're allowed to visit Malmo as well, to visit ESA if you can. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, and our very own host is actually in ESA as well.
Very good
TMNT.
point. Very good point. Nissan is going to do Turtles again. I think it's the second time, right, Nissan, that you do Turtles on ESA? Yep. Yeah, that was so cool last time. Like that room was just cramped up with people. It was such a fun speedrun. It was really fun.
That's awesome.
And Clear Mouse is gonna come. Okay, so I got an order that I was gonna reset this and make sure that I got all 4 bottles. So let's do that.
I saw you get everything.
Yeah, so did
I can verify the run.
So did I. And I ended on no bombs because I wasted one in GT by not by accident. Right.
How could you?
We have all of the bottles. Yeah, you can just see here when I menu off of the other items, it's sort of fast, but when I get to the bottle, it's just so slow. You don't want to go into this. And here to the bow, nope, you just go down through the bottles. All right.
Thank you so much for putting up this great show, Humbugh, and thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining me on comms, Eri. That was super fun. And again, thanks Nissan for having us and for putting up with this event. It's been so much fun, just watching people playing games, having fun, for the sake of just playing. It's really fun.
Yeah, you have a great bunch of people put together, Nissan. Great community. Thank you so much.